What's going on? So, the tournament is finally over. I'm back to, making YouTube videos for a couple of days until I have a couple more tournaments that will take up some time. Now, we lost. It's sad, but that's not what we're here to talk about. What we're here to talk about is jets. Mainly, top-tier jet combat. This game has everything you could want in a jet game ever. Well, at least everything to make every single point that you would like to make. I'm flying the MiG-17 here. This is my favorite jet in game to fly, just because it's got this weird kind of you need to be good with the guns, but it also flies really well, so it puts you in a lot of positions where you can get kills, and I just overall love the plane. Now, there's a couple of points I'm going to make in this video about top tier jet combat, but I just want to get some disclaimers out of the way. I'm not the best jet pilot in the world. I'm not the best. I'm decent. I think I can hold my own, and I fly with a lot of good players. So, they kind of rub off on me, and I kind of understand the meta a little bit more than what somebody my skill set should know. Secondly, the people in this video aren't necessarily bad people. But what happened in this game is going to make some people angry. Not from watching me, but what the enemy does. You're going to be very angry at the end of this video, like I was myself. I'm chat banned in this video. If I wasn't chat banned in this video, I can guarantee you this game would get me chat banned again. Because, wow. We have bombers that run. We have an ace game by myself. We have ticket bleed all the way down to the wire. And we have foolery in chat. It's just everything you want. We have people playing terribly on the enemy team. And just poor excuses for jet pilots. All around, all around, and it's pretty odd. So we picked up our first kill on a Cougar, and we're gonna follow this F-86 out. I have a little bit of wing damage. I got strafed in a head-on kind of thing, and it's you can see it's causing my left wing to lag a little bit behind, but nothing we can't manage. Here is Synaptic Flame. We're gonna go after him. He's trying to run away from me in a zoom climb, which is just not gonna happen against the MiG-17, especially a spaded MiG-17. I believe he's in an F2. So maybe if he was in a CL, it would have worked if he went straight up or something like that. But I would never try to run away from a MiG gaining altitude. It just never works. The MiG will always climb faster. So as you can see, he decides to do like a split S kind of thing here. I'm going to track him down. And this kill was actually one of my favorites. So I'm pulling in on him. You can see I'm having a little bit of trouble with the wing, and he's doing the typical saber roll. Really trying to bust my balls here. So I pull up and kind of misjudged this here. If he was a better shot or got a little bit luckier, he probably could have killed me here because I made a terrible mistake. I should have just flew through him instead of pitching up. But I didn't. So I decided to zoom climb, which is still a viable tactic considering how hard the F2 guns are to aim, and the fact that I could outspeed him into the climb because he dropped so much speed from the rolling and stuff he did. So what we do is stall him out in a hammerhead type situation. Now I know the hammerhead uses the rudder instead of the elevator, so technically it's not a hammerhead. We come down on him. He thinks he's going to get away here. Pitch up real quick. 3 rounds at 37. One of them strikes deep and knocks him out. So that was a pretty good engagement there. I'm pretty proud of that. And we decide to re-evaluate the battlefield and go back in. So now we're moving in to find our next target. As you can see, my wing's a little hurt, and we're around 2 minutes and 40 seconds of fuel, which isn't too bad. I like to run 8 minutes on this thing. I don't know if you guys fly your MiG-17s if you run 8 minutes, but I just think it's just better. It makes the plane lighter, it runs faster, and it just gives you that little bit of oomph to catch some of these guys. So here we have, I locked up there, but the F2H, I probably could have got him if I air brake there, but big rule of thumb is never to air brake in jet situations. You always lose too much speed, and you never know who's going to come out of the clouds or out of space to come try to kill you, and you might need that energy some other time. The only time I think it's acceptable to air brake is if you're in a solid 1v1 and you're in a 1v1, or the guys have just enough speed. So there's our third kill. Rack that up, and we decide to go back to base. We're redlining on fuel, and we're gonna go back to base. So I landed and grab more fuel. I switched over to 20 minutes so I can chase this guy who kept saying in chat that he's running, he's going to go get ice cream, blah, blah, blah. I may have cut out the part where he said a lot of that stuff because I was just going back and landing, but I think that's not that important for the video. You'll see at the end of the game who's the guy who ran, and there will be no hidden things about this. Now, again, I'm not telling you guys to go report this dude for passive behavior, but if you want to go report this dude for passive behavior, or if you get him in your game, it's up to you. If you get him in your game, just remember, he might run. Alright, I believe he was in a B-57, which is kind of sad to me. He climbed all the way up to 10K and just kept running all game. Now, I'm not saying we would have won this game had he not climbed, because we lost by tickets, not necessarily with him. You know, we couldn't kill the last Saber anyway. So I don't know if that's necessarily the reason we lost, because the game took forever. But I think had he been there, we could have gone in and strafed the Saber while he was going to land. I know for a fact that I could have pursued him over the runway and possibly killed him. But instead I pulled off to try to go get this B-57 that was running into space. So here's an F-30. We're going to decide to go for the F-30. He's got way more energy than me. He's going way faster. So we're just going to kind of trail and try to keep our speed up. Now, like I said, this thing will haul ass when you have any amount of fuel, actually, in the MiG-17 will make you haul ass. And you can see we're going pretty fast here. We're just waiting for this Saber to make a mistake and start losing some of his energy. We're to fly straight underneath him while he's climbing a little bit. And then we'll pitch up after him, so he's already lost some of his energy, and we're going to maintain that energy a little bit better into the climb and start to catch him. And this is the point where he doesn't really know what to do, so he decides to do a complete Immelman, I believe is what they're called. So he's doing an Immelman. We're going to pull in on him, pop some shots. We don't seem to hit any of them. Well, we did, actually. We sparked, and that made me a little mad. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing that this video features, sparks. See, if that wasn't a spark, that would have been a 6 shot, but what are you going to do? I've been pretty fortunate with the kills so far, so I'm not one to throw shade on Gaijin just yet. He decides to turn left instead of continuing his downward descent, which makes no sense to me. He would go with another hit. That should have been a kill. I mean, come on. Come on, game. Throw me a bone. Fighting through G-Lock and kind of coming in on him again. I believe we're catching him. And he decides to try to run. It's not really going to work. And still catching. I'm going for the long-range shots here. Getting a little rowdy. He's doing some crazy barrel roll maneuvers. Pitching in close. He's doing trademark Saber rolls. And he pitches up. Spot him with a little bit more 37. And that should be the end of him. So I decide to pitch off and go after the other guys. I'm just praying he doesn't get stolen. I hate that. I hate when people steal my kills. So now we're going in for an A5 and an F9F who are working in unison. They're working together. Shadow Point is the leading scorer on the enemy team. I put a head-on shots at him. Don't hit, but, you know, not too big of a deal. Pitch the plane around, and these guys are going to try to 2v1 me, which is pretty sick. They knew that I was doing better on the team. Not saying any discredit to my team, but they knew I was doing better, and they wanted to get me out of the sky pretty fast. And the fact that the CL wasn't engaging as heavy as I would have liked him to gave them a good reason to double up on me here. So I'm going after the Saber, and obviously the F9F can't catch me. Even though it wish it could. It's such a shit tier 9.0. It's so bad. I don't even know why it's 9.0. But we can see the ace pitching up, so I pitch up naturally too. Excuse me. We're gonna come in, try to get some shots on him. He's pitching over. I could have hit those shots if I was a little bit better. I think I sparked a little bit there too, but that's on me. I could have hit those, and I could have hit those as well if I had better trigger discipline in terms of aiming. Cougar almost got me there, so we do a little bit of a roll coming down into it. I decided to keep my speed instead of turning with that A5. He'll definitely outmaneuver me, and I knew I had the F9F up above me. Now he's taking some wild shots here. He really wants to get me dead. 1.6, I believe, taking some shots at, which is pretty crazy to me. So I decided to pitch up, and neither of them can keep with me in a climb. So we're just going to pitch up. There goes that F30 kill, so that's the 4th kill of the game if you've been counting. And we're just going to pitch this guy up. He knows that if he pitches up with me, the Saber's going to get him, or the CL. And if he doesn't, then he'll die. So here, I don't know how well you can track it because of YouTube's compression, but I am looking at the F9F. I can see him through his jet flame, so I'm pulling in behind him now instead of going after the Saber. And there he goes. He pops up for the keen vision. It's harder to see at night in this game in terms of actual marker sighting. Coming in pretty fast on him here, and Gaijin, you sons of bitches. We get hits on him with a pretty good shot, and he is spraying erratically. I think he's in a stock Cougar, and he really, really wants the kill. I don't blame him. So we're going to pitch up again. We have way more energy than both of these guys, and the CL is about to go to work, so we'll let him do his bidding. I'm just waiting until this F86 loses interest in me, and I can pitch back over and come in on his 6. Now, they're about 2 kilometers apart, which isn't too bad. And the CL, I really don't understand how the CL didn't get one of these guys here. I think he does eventually, but at least right here, I don't know the difference. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to pull in on this Cougar, and there he goes into the drink, as we say. And that is, right there, the 5th kill. So, the rest of the video is Shadow Point. He had a good game. He went 2-0. Props to him. Good job in the A5. We chased him. He ran back to base. I don't agree with this. I don't think that that's the smart move. I don't know. Maybe he didn't have ammo or anything. I'm not going to call him pussy, necessarily, because the guy on his team is a massive pussy. If you've been reading chat, you've seen that he's just been constantly talking about how he's been running on game. He's proud of it, and he enjoys it. I don't know if he watched one of my bomber videos and figured that the exploit would be funny against me, especially in a game I can't type in. No idea. I have no idea if he knew who I was or not. But I'm not going to follow this dude over his runway. I decided to pitch up and attempt to go chase after this jet. B-57. I couldn't catch him. Spoiler alert, can't catch him. Didn't get to him. We lost the game. Now this is a real shame of a loss. You know, 5 kills in the MiG-17. It sucks. I don't know if the Shadow Point guy went back to base because he needed to get fuel, if he needed to get ammo. I would hope it's that. You know, I don't think he's landed before. But I already used a blind hunt earlier. Mistakenly, I shouldn't have done it. I just didn't think that we would kill all of them, and I figured one of our teammates could go after this B-57. We have a guy in the chat telling us where he is, but I still couldn't get to him in time. Regardless of how fast this thing climbs, getting up to 10K is tough in any plane, pretty much, to go chase after somebody, especially if they've been up there and they're established. They're going to be moving a lot faster than you are. So thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. I thought this was a very entertaining gameplay, and this is kind of falls into the line of what I was talking about in terms of, you know, 1 video a day, 1 maybe 2 every so often. Gives me time to get better footage like this. I don't think I would have been able to get a MiG 17 ace if I didn't have the free time to play the game and get better like I would prior. So thank you guys for enjoying the video. Give a like if you enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe if you're new around here, and if you're not new around here, make sure your subscription's still intact because YouTube loves doing some fuckery on this channel. Comment down below with what you like or dislike about top tier jet gameplay. I love top tier jets. That's basically why I made the bomber videos, because I've noticed stuff like this, which is just really heartbreaking and makes me very sad. Stick around for the rest of the video if you really want to see some stat shaming. I'm not going to talk over it, but there will be stat shaming, and it'll say the rest. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.